What's good? Welcome back to Can I Vibe with y'all, where the vibes are immaculate. Every time we hop up in.
Every time.
Listen. If it's your first time listening, first time watching, it's your boy Kaz. You can follow IGCAZ_0, all that good stuff. Hey. They don't follow though, but you can still drop.
It's your boy Chris. You can follow me on IG at Mathis023.
Yes, sir. And we got special guests in the building. As always, we gonna keep saying it. It's a new season. Go follow the YouTube. Go subscribe on the YouTube. Go check out the Patreon. Go check out the IG, the TikTok, all that good stuff. Because they're gonna be part of it. We got great people in here.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna let y'all introduce yourself. We can go ladies first over here.
My name is Nicole Kay Fitness, and I'm a fitness coach, and I'm excited to be here.
If you listen to the audio, this dude got on the shades,
Yes,
the iced out chain, the arms all out.
Hey man, I'm just trying to match Chris vibes. He got that iced out piece with the shades.
The necklace like 2 inches thicker than mine. What you mean?
It's your boy Tre on the gram at Tre Forte. If you ain't follow me, go ahead, follow me right now.
We got two people very big into fitness, two very confident people as well. So today we're going to be we're going to do a little how-to on, building self-confidence. There's a lot of people that struggle with that now. So just giving our take on that, kind of helping people out, explaining like what helps us build confidence. Also going to play a game. So we're going to have Nicole give her takes on certain things men do or don't do and rate a level of importance. And we're also going to, let the boys do it as well. Mm-hmm. And then we're also going to get into unrealistic expectations of this generation. So people, 20s, 30s, maybe even older, maybe even younger, just kind of feeling the effects of the pressures of society. We're going to get into that as well. And then we're going to talk about, we got an author in the building too. Mm-hmm. Shut up, pull that book out. Pull that book out real quick. We got an author in the building. World famous.
Yes.
World famous. So we going to get into that as well.
Silver spoons.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right, I got to read off a little bit. So building up confidence is a process and takes more than one action. I think we can all agree on that.
Yes,
it don't come overnight. So what's the first piece of advice you will give to someone who lost their confidence and trying to build it back?
I would say you just need to pour into yourself, whatever that means to you. I mean, being a fitness coach, I always tell people to pour into your body, your mind, your soul. Mm-hmm. And when you can focus on yourself, I think that's when your confidence comes back.
Yeah, I would say first identify what made you lose your confidence in the first place. I mean, I didn't come out the womb confident, and I'm a super confident person right now because of the work that I put in on a daily basis. Like, for example, I had two really, really low points in my life. One, before I started my fitness journey, when I was like 150 pounds, like soaking wet coming out of high school, worrying about, saying the wrong thing to the wrong person because they might beat my, and then another point in my life where I was playing football and I gained a lot of weight. So I was like super heavy, my face was kind of chubby, and I didn't have no definition, and I had low confidence at that time. So it's a couple of things that you can do at that point in time. You can just sulk in it and just keep continuing to ride down that wave of like negative momentum, or you can address the issue, like identify what the problem is and then solve it. So, I started my fitness journey. I started eating better, started working out even harder. And then as you start to see those results, then the confidence just comes in it. And it becomes almost an addiction,
Like a compound effect.
Yeah, you got good addictions and you got bad addictions.
Yep.
Some people addicted to drugs. Some people addicted to, weights. And
I'll take the second option.
Proving it, yeah.
Have you ever had a situation where you felt your confidence dip down and, you had to crawl up from that, bring that out?
Yeah, I mean, even to go beyond the physical, I think, especially in today's generation, there's a lot of comparison. I feel like a lot of people get out of alignment with themselves. Mm-hmm. And when you do that, I think it drops your confidence. So again, I think pouring into yourself, not just physically, but mentally, am I choosing the things that are in alignment with me? Mm-hmm. To make sure that I am confident when I'm going through like my daily habits and my daily routine. Because if you're trying to follow what everyone else is doing, you're not going to be confident in it because it's not like your natural progression.
Don't try to be like nobody else. Like,
Nah.
you got to tell people, you will never be like me. Like, just be the best version of you. Because you can't be the best version of me. You know what I mean? No matter how hard you work, if you go to the gym 8,000 times, you know, a day or a week, whatever, like, you'll never look like me. So try to look the best version of you. Because the best version of you could be better than the best version of you. You know what I mean? So it's no reason to try and compete with me. Just compete with yourself every day, 1%.
Chris, what about you?
I'm gonna be honest, no.
Never.
Oh.
Really?
I
light skin, that's why.
Wait, you never been in one, or you can't think of one?
So like, I'm kind of obnoxious with this. Like, I'd rather just be gassed up in the head, delusional, than ever think like, damn, I'm a loser, or like, I'm down right now. I'd rather be in that. That's just me.
You got to explain that.
I'm kind of like in denial. Like if shit is going south, like I'm just like, nah, it's going great.
I don't think it correlates to I'm a loser.
I just work like
all
that.
the time. That's like the extremity of it.
Yeah.
But it could be like.
But like that's just how it works for me. Like if I'm in a tough situation, it's like, nah, like I'm gonna get through this. Like it's just for a moment. Like I'm still doing good.
Or like for example, you play sports. Say you have an injury. Something that was out of your control.
Okay.
Naturally you kind of lose confidence to do basic things like, take out the laundry, go get laundry, take out the trash, whatever. So I was asking like if you had ever had a situation like that where, it could be something simple.
No.
You've never had a low point of confidence in your life.
I'm gonna be honest. Like I'm telling you, like I'm delusional with that though. Like I don't want to sit there and think negative because that's just not like I'm gonna make it.
I think it's a difference though.
Like
because I know if I'm in a bad situation, I'm always gonna get out of it because of my mentality. But that doesn't mean that I didn't lack confidence at times.
I mean, I think there's power in vulnerability with yourself.
Okay.
Because when you can be vulnerable with yourself, you allow yourself to grow. And I think maybe not at this table, but that's where maturity comes in. Going through your 20s and your 30s, there's going to be moments that you need to be vulnerable with yourself so you can grow into that next version of yourself.
I agree. I think we all hit low point. I think we all need to be humbled.
Okay, so what about you?
I'd say definitely when I was coming into college, high school, going into college.
Okay.
I feel like I didn't really know who I was. And I've met so many new characters to where I was like, do I go with this group? Do I go with this group? Do I go with that group? Okay. And I was kind of just meeting so many people that I wasn't really finding myself. Like I didn't take the time to find out what I like. So like Nicole said, just like focusing more on myself, spending more time on myself.
Right.
Be like, all right, what do I like to do? What do I not like to do?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I always emphasize like just trying to take advantage of every single ability that you have every single day. Because like I watched the documentary that like really impact. I mean, I already have like a high drive like every single day. I'm intrinsically motivated, meaning I don't need external factors or extrinsic factors to impact the motivation that I have on a daily basis. I motivate myself. Some people are motivated by like external factors like money and like obtaining things in life and status and all of that shit.
You good?
And it's like, what do you do? What motivates you when none of that stuff matters anymore? Or like you've already gotten a certain point of it.
So that's going to lead me to my second question. What's a piece of advice you'll give to someone who already has confidence but wants to build it up more?
I would give them the advice of patience versus complacency. So it's two similar things, two similar concepts with vastly different meanings. So patience, you are okay with going through the journey and doing everything that you need to get to where you want to be. Complacency is a sense of comfortableness. You're comfortable where you're at. And as soon as you get comfortable, that's when you reach stagnation and you don't get any like progress from that point. It's like me right now. It's like, yeah, I work out every day and I'm at the best shape of my life right now. Tomorrow I could wake up and I'm like, I'm fit enough. I'm big enough. I don't have to lift anymore. Or, I don't have to go harder. I don't have to get 1% better every day. And then that's when I reach complacency and I'm comfortable and I'm reached that plateau stagnation level. So it's like,
next thing you know, a month go by and you haven't worked out.
Exactly. True. So when you get in order to maintain that confidence and continue to increase it, you have to keep the patience while not getting complacent.
Yeah, that's fair. I think also I would wonder, what do you want to get more confident at? Because you can be confident in one area and not another. So how well balanced are you? Maybe you're really confident in your fitness, but you want to work more on your career, or you want to work more on your relationships. So I think you really need to nurture the areas you want to grow in, so your confidence can span across the board, so you can be really well balanced.
Like that.
That's a good answer. I think that's important too.
What about you?
I'd say just keep practicing at whatever you're working at. Staying consistent. Like, you could always be better at something.
True that.
And I'm the type of person I like to keep going. I keep pushing. So say, for example, I am not perfect at anything. But if I'm like, all right, I'm like 80% good in this area. Let me go pick up this hobby or learn this new skill or whatever it may be. I always want to continue to work on myself, whether it's my look, whether it's my well-being, my health, whatever it is. Because that's something where that's like a lifelong journey. Like, even with fitness.
For sure.
Like, you don't, if you're 28, 29, however old you are, you don't just be like, all right, I'm 28, like you said, I'm good now, and then stop working out till you're 48, because in 20 years, you could look like a completely different person.
You're going to get out of shape. You're going to get fat.
Right.
I mean, and your hormones are going to kick in. Your body's not operating the same way it was when you're 20.
And that's with anything. I always want to continue to educate myself, maintain healthy relationships, because one thing, I ain't trying to fall off.
Yeah. I think you made a great point as far as like sticking to one thing and getting really, really good at that one thing. Because once you become like an expert at one thing, then I feel like it's a good point to move on to that next thing and become well-rounded. It's like, I heard an analogy or like a concept, and it was like, who would you fear more? A man that's practiced 1,000 kicks one time, or a man that's practiced one kick 10,000 times?
Nicole, we're about to go back to you. So we're going to switch it up a little bit. This is your personal opinion. What are some ways a woman can tell a man is confident?
I mean, I think when you can tell a man is just confident in himself, not trying to like do the most. Like, I feel like you can tell when somebody is humble and just speaking to you as if they're a person, which I feel like a lot of men try to put on, and women try to put on a front right away. You can tell when people talk to you and they're just like using their soul.
Can you give an example?
I mean, I just feel like even being on a date, it's like, I feel like you have that level of depth when you connect with people. And it's like, okay, especially as you get older, let's like beat around the bullshit. Like, I'm not here for that. If you're trying to date or, get into a relationship, get into the marriage phase, it's like, okay, let's put the other stuff to the side.
You ever talk to someone and you get that mental stimulation?
Yeah, I mean,
and it's like, I don't know how to explain the feeling.
I think
but it's like they just say something that sparks you a little bit, and you're like, ooh.
I think coming from a woman, it's like that's the only thing. Not the only thing, but that's the thing that's grabbing your attention nowadays.
Trey, what about you? Same question, but for women.
I feel like, I don't know, I'm just speaking for myself, but I feel like I don't compete with guys, and I feel like the guys that like I surround myself with, we don't compete with each other. We look for ways to like level up with each other. I feel like girls are a little bit more
like competitive with each other?
Yes, competitive with each other, especially with the way that they look, especially down here, like in South Miami. I feel like that's why, like, a lot of girls, the expectations are high. So it's like you have all these girls walking around with these nice bodies, whether it's fit or through surgery, then it's like all the guys, like, are scrolling on their feeds, double tapping those like images, and then like it might be a natural girl who might not be getting the same attention. So now she's in a competitive state and she's trying to enhance herself to compete with those girls. So
she gonna get that attention from me.
Yeah, that's the thing. I
love them.
I mean, that's the thing though, because some of those women aren't confident even after all of that.
Yeah, and it just goes into like that constant comparison. So I just feel like any girl who's like constantly comparing herself to others and worried about how others are dressing or looking instead of like worrying about how she can better herself, That's a red flag for me as far as like confidence.
I'm gonna say if she's not present, like
In what way?
Yeah, elaborate.
like almost like what you said, like how she's always comparing herself to other women, or like what you doing on your phone. Why is your phone face down? Like just focus on being present right here. Like I'm here with you.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're always like comparing yourself to everything. You're overthinking. Like I done dealt with that a lot. Like
That's
especially like mental health,
Yeah.
like conditions, like anxiety and all that. Like just be present. Like I'm here with you. That's reassurance right there. Like I want to be here with you right now.
That's
So,
a great point.
I feel like
I'm gonna leave it
that's
at that.
that's draining for whoever's on the opposite end of that too.
Yeah, definitely.
'Cause, like, especially on a date, like you're not like
Because
Ooh,
if you're
it feels
confident,
like a job and you gotta constantly
if you're
reassure her.
confident in yourself, then you're not worried about like if I lose you, then like it's my loss. You know what I mean? If I'm about to text somebody or go out with somebody else, and then I lose out on you, and it's my loss because you're confident in yourself. You know what I mean? So if like you're acting like overly protective or like insecure, then
Exactly.
it's like it's a little lack of confidence there.
right.
Hey, Cash, how many drinks it take you to get wine drunk?
Probably a whole bottle.
Wow.
Yeah. Probably a whole bottle.
That's nasty work.
It depends
Listen,
what wine, though.
14%. You just drinking it, a whole bottle.
Well, don't get me wrong. If I don't drink a whole bottle, but I could drink a whole bottle. Usually I have like two. I'm chilling. Like for the episode, I'll have one. I'll be good.
But how much would it take you to get drunk?
The whole bottle.
I
A
feel
whole
it by
bottle,
the second
yeah.
one.
A whole. Okay.
No,
second
I
one.
feel it by the second one.
Okay.
The third one, I'm not
Like, but
feeling
what you be
nice.
feeling like?
What I be feeling like? Feeling sexy. Especially if I'm with a girl. For real. All of a sudden, I want to dance. I want to. Yeah.
Some thoughts start coming in, huh?
Oh, you want
It's
to
like,
dance
What?
on wine drunk?
Hell yeah.
Red wine.
like that Latin music?
All of it.
Wow. Okay.
All of it.
Yeah, okay.
So you're energetic.
Yeah.
Oh damn. Okay.
Well,
That doesn't do that for me. I'm in like chill mode.
yeah,
Like,
Zen.
oh,
yeah.
nah.
I just want to lay on the couch and just.
All right, so we gonna play this game real quick. So basically, we're gonna rank these levels of importance 1 to 10, 10 being the most important. So it's gonna be like features about a man or a woman, and basically you're just saying like how important is it.
Okay.
But like general features that everyone can relate to. So Chris,
No, I'm not going first. We already said I'm not going first.
Come on, Chris.
Trey.
come on, it's simple.
Come on,
It's simple.
Ray.
You the light skinned one, man.
All right, Chris, 1 through 10.
No, not going.
How
Rate first.
important? And these are all based on confidence too.
Type shit.
A woman's smile.
Relax. You go first. A woman's smile.
10.
Okay, elaborate. Why?
Because I like when you look happy when you out. It shows you confident. It looks like you enjoying yourself.
All right. Smile. 10.
10.
Pearly whites.
Pearly whites.
Yeah.
10.
You took all that time to think to say 10.
Yeah, 10. Go ahead. Do we have to give an answer? Like elaborate?
Yes, of course. Come on, you know how this podcast works.
Because it says a lot about her, like her hygiene. Like if it's a little bit yellow, then it's like, damn, you don't really take care of yourself. Like what else do you not take care of? Like,
Okay. So you were
Type
going
shit.
you were going more of the physical appearance of it.
yeah.
Okay. That
So,
could
like,
work.
what
Like is her
girl-
teeth even, or does she have braces? Like stuff like that. It says
Like,
a
I
lot.
was about
braces
to say,
a
like, 'cause
no-no
you
for
can't
you?
really control that unless
Yeah.
like somebody get braces.
Because I was going more so on like if you're out and you see a girl, you know, she confident, how she smile with you, make eye contact.
Right.
So is braces a no for you?
I'm 28. Yes, that's a no. I'm sorry. Like you should have. Yes.
Oh my God.
I'm being honest. Should have been got those.
Invisalign. What about Invisalign?
That's kind of crazy.
What? What?
She trying, man. She's trying.
She working. Hey, what if
Like,
she
that's
in
crazy.
2 years she gonna be beautiful?
That's
Yeah,
hit me
man.
up in 2 years.
That's crazy.
She
I like-
long
look-
gone.
Shallow.
We could cut this out, but
No,
I like head.
nah.
I like head. You can't give me head with braces.
yo,
so I'm
I
sorry.
got some head with braces one time.
That's
Like-
a good point. But I didn't think of it. I
I mean, the front of their teeth aren't touching you.
She shouldn't be using her teeth at all.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
You
Never
need to
know.
stop messing with girls who use their teeth.
You
That's
never-
that's the
Yeah, man,
problem.
No,
Yeah,
no, I'm
that's
just saying.
on
No,
you.
I'm saying.
That's
I don't want to.
man.
I don't want to
That's
run
your
that
problem, man.
chance. I don't want to run that risk
Oh, God.
of doing that. Like,
All right, Nicole, a man's smile.
10. I just think because it's on your face. Like, you got to take care of your teeth. But I think, yeah, when somebody smiles at you, it like shows their vibe. It shows that they're happy. It shows that they're enjoying themselves.
Okay. All right, Trey, back to you. Rate this level of importance 1 through 10. A woman's walk.
I'll say a 10 as far as like confidence wise.
Yeah,
like how it
you know how they
displays
say
her
like
confidence?
usually if you walk with your head up, things like that.
Oh,
it shows confidence.
that a walk 1,000% shows confidence. You know what I mean? If she's walking like she has purpose in her life, intent, like versus if she's walking with like hunched over, bad demeanor, head down, like nah. I mean,
A 10.
10?
Yeah, 10.
Why?
Because it shows confidence in a woman. That's exactly
But
what he said.
you're not about to copy it.
No,
man.
that's facts. Like if she hunchback, like she not confident, she looking at the ground, she not confident. She's scared to make eye contact. Shows a lot about a person. All right, what about you?
I'll go 8.
An 8.
It's not it is important.
Okay.
It's not a make or break for me.
Okay.
Because I don't need you catwalking down every time I see you.
Okay.
But I say 8 because like I do agree, like keep your head up, walk with confidence, but I don't need you to be like doing all this. You know?
Right.
And Nicole, a man's walk.
Yeah, I mean, I would say like an 8 or a 9, just because I think some guys can come off a little too confident sometimes.
How so?
So, like I don't want them to like look above me or like I want them to be at like an even playing field. Like, are we looking at each other eye to eye? Are you coming at me? Are you looking over me? I think there's a way
like
to do it.
when you say looking over, like he's better than you or looking
Better than me? Maybe his eyes are wandering. Like, are you?
Do we have eyes in there? Ooh, we do. All right, let's keep it on you.
You're like a 9.
What's
A
the
9.
one?
I think because I do this myself, I like stare off sometimes to like think and get in my zone. So like I feel like I wouldn't judge a man if he wasn't like 100% in.
Right.
I mean, I think it's attractive, but I also understand like just a thinker. Like you said, you're a thinker. I'm also a thinker.
I think it's a human thing, though. I don't think it's possible to like.
I don't know. Some people are scary when they do that, though.
Yeah, that's
it's
that's
like
weird.
100%
I'm
all
like,
in. Like,
can you like look away for a little bit?
Yeah, you're like
you
scaring me.
Rate this level of importance 1 through 10. A woman's eye contact.
So I think it's levels to it. So like when y'all first meet, I think that it's normal for a girl not to really look you in the eyes like that because she might be shy and she might really like get butterflies every time she sees you, and she might not know how to react to how you do, like how you are. But like after that, like after y'all get through that first phase and y'all comfortable and y'all together, then I would say it's like a 10. Like she all eyes on you, and like every time she sees you, she just wants to look at you, and like she gets the googly eyes and shit like that. And then when she sees other guys, it's like that demeanor we talked about, head down. It's almost like other guys don't exist because she only has eyes for you. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nicole, would you say that's like a defense mechanism? Like if girls do that when they put their head down?
I see multiple sides. I mean, I've been in a relationship where I've been with an insecure man where he's like, who are you looking at? Like, I'm like, bro, really? Like, somebody walked in the door, right? My eyes are going to go that way.
Right.
But I agree that I think there's levels to it because I've been in a situation where I'm, like, shy. But then when you're locked in, which maybe it doesn't happen very often, I feel like you're really locked. You really want to look at the person because you're, like, trying to, like, read their soul, right? Like, I feel like there's, like, you're getting into the depth of it.
Right.
So basically, she's saying I'm speaking facts.
Yeah, I agree.
No, I like that though. Honestly, like I'm used to it at first if they don't make direct eye contact, first link up or first few, whatever. But once y'all like start staring at each other, looking at each other, I'm like,
yeah, bro.
oh yes.
No, because how would you feel if like you talking to a girl and then like say like she hasn't met me or Chris and then we all come together and then she's looking at me and Chris like. You know what I mean? You're like, well, yo, what you doing?
Yeah, not a fan of that.
No, I would definitely say a 10. I like definitely a 10. Eye contact, I want that. Even from the jump, I want 10. I want you to look at me, make sure I feel like you're listening to me, you're attentive, because I know you want that back. When you're talking, like, women really appreciate eye contact when you're talking to them the whole time, whether at the beginning or when you're on the first date or second date. So
Definitely.
I just know, like, I love eye contact. That's a 10.
Me too.
100%. Especially if she got nice eyes too. I want to see them. 100. Don't look at the ground. You're not confident. That's
intimate.
red flag. Yeah, definitely.
The way a woman speaks.
I always say 10. Damn that. I mean, I feel like I'm saying 10 to everything, but it's like a 10. The way a woman speaks can define how much respect that she can get. So, like, think of an example of, like, a field like engineering. Say it's like a room full of men in the engineering field, and then it's a woman at a webinar or a conference that has to go up there and speak. How do you think that they would how do you think they would demonstrate their level of respect for her if she came up there and she wasn't confident in what she was saying?
Right. They'll pick up.
Or if she just had like a bad demeanor or like bad body language and how she was like projecting herself and talking. Versus if a woman came up there in a male-dominated industry and she came like talking confident, loud. She knew exactly what she was saying. She was demonstrating like her expertise on the topic. Then she would just go in that room full of men and basically take over the room.
And you could feel that. Like you could feel the presence. You could be like, all right, like you're confident in what you say. You're confident in the way you speak. You're vocal. You're not scared to speak your mind, even if. Because listen, we all wrong at some points, but if you can speak in a way where you're vulnerable enough to like not feel pressure to like feel whatever when you're wrong, I like that. Because that's we naturally have a better relationship like that, to where I'm like, all right, like that wasn't the best thing you said, but you're confident in what you say.
So you mean like a communication aspect?
Communication, demeanor. I like a nice accent too. But it's not. That's not the 10. I don't need it, but I like them foreign.
I'm not gonna lie. It's actually interesting how you guys said like how a woman would like speak and like express herself. But I think it's still speaking. But like, what type of questions she asks you?
That's a good perspective too.
Like most women, they prefer themselves to talk. We're men. Like they want to talk about me. But what are you going to ask me, though? You've been talking about yourself this whole time. What are you going to ask me? And usually, like, what questions they ask you, that's what they're trying to pick at. Like, what is on top of their priority list of, like, you, or, like, even, like, any questions they ask anybody. It says a lot about a person, the type of questions they ask. Because anybody can fake it. Like, oh, I'm this, I'm that. That's nice.
So I got
but, like, you can't really fake the type of questions that you ask. Like, okay, this is really, like, your perspective on things. This is what you're really curious about.
I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
Based on what you just said. So, like, say hypothetically, a girl asked you, like, how you were doing or what was wrong with you in an obviously tough situation for you.
Like,
would you actually tell her? Like, say you're going through a rough patch in your life,
right?
Like, or some bad stuff happened to you, and a girl actually asked you, like, "What's wrong, Chris? Like, what's wrong?" Would you actually tell her?
If I've been messing with her, yeah, I'll tell her.
You would?
Yeah, and then I would see how she react to it. It'd be a follow-up question after that.
But what do you think?
It would be based off of the follow-up question that she gave me that I could tell she was listening to me, unless she just nodded her head like, oh, okay, yeah. Like, you didn't really care. It just went over your head. You didn't really, like, pay attention to what I just said to you.
I have mixed feelings on what woman you tell that kind of stuff to.
Yeah, because when you're locked in with somebody, of course you're going to tell them, right?
Yeah,
but if it's somebody at the beginning, like, you don't probably feel comfortable.
No.
You're not at that level yet.
I mean,
I'm not that open of a person, so I got to have that history, that trust with you.
I mean that as far as, like, I would rather tell a woman I'm not with what's going on, like my family member, like my mom or my grandma or my aunt or my sister,
right,
versus, like, a woman that I'm actually dating.
Because
in that instance, it's like, especially in our time, in our generation, I feel like it's important to have somebody that you can talk to and open up to instead of balling things up. But if you're in a relationship, now in our generation, I feel like a lot of times if you open up to a girl that you're with and you tell her your vulnerability, like say hypothetically, you just lost your job. Right? You lost your income and you about to go through a rough patch. And you tell her what's going on, is not what can she do in that situation to actually help you or get you out of that situation? What good will come out of that by telling her that? Or can she also use that as ammo in a future argument that you have?
No, I mean,
she lose respect
that's
for you
easy
in that
what
same
she
time.
can do. That's easy what she can do. She can come to you tomorrow like, hey, I already updated your resume. I already submitted on LinkedIn for you. Like,
But I don't think it doesn't need to be tactical either.
I think it boils down to the type of woman you're with.
I got a question. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. But I've heard this from a lot of men. Do you really want to be with a woman that you can't tell I lost my job? Or like,
that was an example, but I feel like
if I can't be open with you, I don't really want to be with you then. Like, if I got to carry the load, what we doing? You're not really my rib.
I think that's the problem is
that doesn't make any sense.
Like in dating or even marriage, a lot of men have felt that where they open up where something extreme, like say they're older, they work a job for like 20 years and all of a sudden they lose it.
Yeah.
To where they never pictured like a woman would up and leave them because of something serious like that. And I think
you got to read your woman.
Of course, but obviously we don't prepare, we're not prepared for situations like that. So I think in that case, like it's a situation where your mom or your aunt, your sister's going to love you no matter what. They're not going nowhere. Where I think people are hurt from situations where they open up and tell their woman and then they're like, damn, I'm never doing that again.
That's the difference between unconditional and conditional.
Not saying it's a good thing, but I think that's what happens.
I think that's accountability for men.
How so?
If you sit here and try to like picture yourself like I'm perfect, I got everything, and then when shit really hit the fan, now all of a sudden you need her 20 years down the line, like that doesn't work like that. Like,
I don't think it's
like you got to be able to be open and be vulnerable with her from the beginning, and you could test that from the beginning. And if you can't, like if you feel like, I don't know, this is just personally me. I don't know if y'all want to say it's a light skin thing or whatever, but if I can't really be vulnerable and honest with my woman, I don't want to be with her.
Yeah.
If you can't, like, yeah, I'm a man, but like I got my lows. I'm not gonna lie to you and be like, oh, I'm perfect, I'm big and bad, I could carry us. Like, there's gonna be lows.
Mm-hmm. We all do, but
like if I can't tell you that and then you just dip,
you don't know how people really are until adversity comes.
So you could say it could be a situation with you where you think you picked the right woman, and like I was saying, like, I would never want this to happen, but you think you picked the right woman, you with her for 30 years, and then she's like, I want out because of XYZ
Everything's going good. Everything's good. Everybody's going to be with you when everything's going well.
And I think that causes men and women, but I think that causes people to be like, kind of have a guard up to where they're like, well, I was with the last girl for 30 years and she decided to leave out the blue. So now I feel like I can't be vulnerable with this next one because I thought the last person was the one. That's life. I
think you just need to be selective because you can heal, and if you don't, there's no risk, no reward. So if you're not opening up to the next person because you're not healed from your past, then how are you going to get rewarded with the true love or whatever you're trying to find? Mm-hmm. But yeah, if you're just dating someone, I'm dating someone for a month, I'm going to be selective.
But I mean, I do think it's important to be vulnerable. Like once you're locked in with that person.
Well, I think you have to be protective of yourself, but you still have to show your true self to people because that's what's going to make you unique.
Right.
And I think that's where you're going to find your person because you're meeting everyone here. Like, let's take Miami, for example. I just moved here. I moved here from the Midwest. I meet so many people that are like, you're so nice. Like, why are you being nice to me? I'm like, because I'm not like, Miami. I'm not sucked into the culture yet, but I'm like, if I lose that, I'm not going to find the person that's meant for me.
So rate this level of importance 1 to 10. We're going to switch it up. A man's outfit.
I just want to say 10 really bad because it's 10. But I also believe in the boyfriend effect. Well, I've seen it a lot.
What's the boyfriend effect?
Oh, where men
educate us.
Men level up their outfits when they're in relationships. I mean, it's a real thing. But really? I prefer a man that already comes with it, like full package. But that is a thing that I see.
I would think that it would be the opposite because he's more comfortable. So now he's not really trying to impress.
But I think there's a lot of men that just don't understand fashion.
That is true.
And so it's then, but it could go either way.
I think I am the opposite now I think about it. Because I I put that shit on to go get you. But not that, when we go out, I'm still dress up. But here and there, I'm seeing you consistently. I kind of just...
I mean, and when you get into the, I think, actual relationship, like couple shit, you're going to weddings together. You're going on dates together. You want to, coordinate. That's a whole nother level, though, I think.
And then we'll go 2 for 2 with you the way a man speaks.
I would say a 10 because... you want them to come off really friendly and genuine to your friends and the people around you. I think being able to observe that is really important. Like, how are they going to treat the people around you, not just you? Because, I mean, I don't know if this is a fact, but, like, anger management and, like, a lot of men have tempers. So what does it look like when it's not just you and I? What does it look like when my friends are around or when servers are around or just the general population?
I think that's the best way to tell.
Yeah.
How they treat the server, how they treat other people.
Yeah.
That's a huge reflection. How they going to treat you.
Yeah.
How they talking to you. You don't want a guy that's going to be like,
well,
you want somebody, can I take you on a date? You don't want to.
but you also want a man, you want the masculine energy. Yeah. But you want a man who's going to be able to be vulnerable with you. So that takes like a whole nother level. Like you want him to be able to take control and be masculine, but you want him to get like gentle with you and vulnerable and not be afraid of that. Speaking to like men's mental health, like let me help you feel comfortable and vulnerable in that moment.
I think that's where men get confused because we're in a generation where half the women are like, be vulnerable with me, be soft. And half of them are like, why are you crying? Why are you admitting this to me? Why are you saying this? So men are like, do we tell her? Do we don't tell her?
Yeah.
Do we?
I think there's a time and place.
Absolutely.
Right, like you can't open, we're on our third, fourth date and you're crying, it says a lot.
Yeah, that's different. That's different.
Yeah. But I think there's levels. You open up a little bit like each time and then we get to a point where you can feel like yourself.
Yeah. All right, Trey, last one for you. Rate this level of importance 1 to 10, a woman's attitude.
Damn, I feel like I said 10 for everything.
It's a package. It's a package. Everything got to be put together. I get it. Trust me.
Hold them to a standard.
I'll say it's super important because, like, one thing I can never deal with is, like, a super negative person or a Debbie Downer that's, like, always killing a vibe. Because I'm, like, one of the most optimistic people that you'll ever meet. I always see the light in everything. Like, if stuff is going wrong in my life, I always see the light in the tunnel. It's like I don't dwell on, like, what's happening right now because that won't help me. I always find a solution to the problem. I'm always, okay, this happened to me. Whatever. That happened. I can't change that. How can I fix it? That's how I am. So if I'm, like with somebody that's like, oh, this happened to me, and this happened to me, and then this happened to me, I'm like, yeah, nah.
It's going to bring you down.
Yeah, I can't. I get that energy away from me. It's like a cancer. You keep that around, and then now it'll start to impact you.
Yep.
That's how I feel. So
what about the like spicy women though? Because I feel like is that like a different category?
That's a different type of attitude.
Okay.
Because
That's
like I like a girl that can have a little bit of sass to her, that she can dish it to me, and then I can respectfully put her in her place. You know, I can't be that guy that just gets walked around. Like, you know what I mean? And I feel like no girl wants that. So I mean, it's obviously a respect level to it. You know, it's ways to do it.
I'm with you. I think of the whole list, this is probably my biggest 10.
Really?
Yeah, because this reflects everything.
You saying that with your chest?
With my chest, with my full chest. This reflects everything. This is like before the smile come in, before the outfit come in, before the hair come in, before everything come in. Like if you don't have a good attitude, I don't want to talk to you. I don't care how good you look. If you're a Debbie Downer, if you're like negative about it, you feel that. You feel that. I'm like,
can you tell if a woman has a good attitude before you speak to her?
Yes and no. I don't want to be biased because we've heard the term resting bitch face.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, it's like
Right.
sometimes I'll be like, why she got that stank face? And then I talk to her, and next thing you know, we all good.
Sweetest
She
person
cool.
in the world.
Because sometimes I have a resting bitch face if I'm out too.
Type shit.
Yeah, because I think we're just not used to it. But like if I come up, you start smiling. That's why I said a woman smile. Come up, you start smiling, you showing a good attitude. If I come up, you like standoffish, no eye contact, on your phone, doing whatever. I'm like,
Right.
I don't feel like talking. Or if I do know you and you always complaining about life and complaining about this and that, and like, listen, life is hard.